In this video, we're going to talk about shapes of bones. Standards and objectives, you know the drill. Pause and peruse. Okay, long bones. Well, they're longer than they are wide. Long bones. What do they include? Well, they include your legs, your leg bones, your arm bones, okay? Also, your fingers, and your clavicle, your collarbone. So the bones of your arms, not your wrist, but the bones of your arms, the bones of your legs, okay? Your fingers, your toes, and your clavicle, long bones. Short bones, okay? So they're kind of irregular cubes. So not really cube-shaped, but closer than they are to long bones. You find short bones in your carpals, so that's your wrist, and your tarsals, which is your ankle. Short bones. Carpals, wrist, tarsals, ankle. Okay, sesamoid bones. Sesamoid are round, small, like a sesame seed. That's where the name sesamoid comes from. And we all have one, our patella. They're embedded in tendons, but you can have sesamoid bones in other areas. A lot of people have them close to their metatarsals in their feet, but the one that everyone has is the patella, so that's really the only one that we focus on. Okay, flat bones. Now, flat kind of, it's a little bit misleading, okay, because not flat like paper, none of them are. So in fact, they're thin, curved, but they have a broad surface. So they are just flattened, but they're not flat, okay? So it includes our ribs. Obviously, those are curved. Our scapula, that's the one that's rotated in the middle there. That's your shoulder blade. Your sternum, your cranial bones, and your pelvis. Okay, something that may help remember is that most of them have the job of protection. Okay, so think about it like a shield. Okay, so flat bones, not really flat like paper, but flattened. So they're thinner. Okay, but they're thin, but they're usually curved, and they have a lot of muscles that attach to them. That's part of the reason for that broad surface. Then we have irregular bones. And it's kind of like, well, they don't really fit in any other category, sort of weird shaped. So they have complex, unusual shapes. So our vertebrae, our facial bones, okay, so all the bones that make up our face, the mandible, that's the lower jaw, and then the hyoid, which is a bone right here, which is where your tongue attaches to, and you can kind of feel it, and you can move it back and forth. Is a very strange looking bone, and it is the hyoid, just so you know, is this one right here. Okay, that's the hyoid, and it's right here. You can feel it and move it back and forth. Okay, right here, the hyoid bone. Irregular, so kind of don't fit into any other category. Weird, complicated shapes. All right, so the patella, what type of bone? Sesamoid. Carpal bone, what kind of bone? Short bone, just like tarsals. Femur. Well, you gotta know where the femur is. If you don't, it's your thigh. Long bone. A rib. Flat bone. Remember, flattened, but usually curved. A vertebrae is what kind of bone? Irregular. Totally weird, complicated shape. There you have it. Those are shapes of bones. And today, I hope you learned something new.